everyone, welcome to NCW. This week is a little bit different because we only have one release coming out and it is not a story. June marks 20 years of Zenescope, so in 2005, my dad and Ralph started us in our basement. For our 20th anniversary, our creative team sat down and chose one cover from every year that we have been running. A whole bunch of different artists, different characters. It's actually really cool. They picked either what they felt was their top selling or their favorite from 2005 all the way to, yes. Eric Basildua. You can actually win this if you are participating in our passport program. So because we have something different this week, I didn't do 2 segments. I just got to sit down with, let me count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. I sat down with 5 artists and got to talk to them about this really cool thing that all of them are a part of. So let's go check that out.
I appreciate you guys joining me today, and I appreciate all the work you've done for us over the course of 20 years. I mean, my dad started the company in our basement, so I'm familiar with a lot of the artists, and I've always seen your guys' name popped up. So you've been on my radar for a long time, even if I might not have been on yours. So
I've been with you guys since a year and a half after you were going.
that's
It's
crazy.
almost the whole time, yeah.
I I love it.
That's wild.
It's beautiful. So, if you guys to start off can just tell me a little bit about your process when it comes to creating covers.
For covers, I pretty much, I'll do anywhere between 3 to 5 layouts for a piece. I'll use, a photo reference as much as possible. I don't use other artists' work as reference so much. Like I try to kind of like stay away from that as much as possible. And then I'll do the layouts and then send those to the editor. Of course, you get one approved. Don will be familiar with this part. And then you take it and, I'll do like a much more finished layout. And then before I bring it to pencils, do the pencils. I don't do any inks. After I, finish drawing it, I'll scan it, all the finishing touches. And sometimes some gray, like I'll do like different hardnesses of lead, doing some shades on the piece. And then to colors. And after color approval, it's all set.
I'm very similar to Nei. Yeah, just do a bunch of layouts. I don't do as many as Nei. Bless your heart. That's amazing. I'm like, if I send in 2, the editor needs to be happy. It's because that's the hardest part is trying to come up. Well, I'll have drawn like 10, but in my opinion, half of them are complete shit. And so I don't want them to see that because I don't want them to have that option in their choices.
Oh, they do it all the time. Yeah.
I know. They always end up picking the one you didn't want to do, And so I'm trying to lead and guide. I'm told which one they would like. Then I work with it a little bit more, try to clean it up because my layouts are like, just barely one step above a stick figure. And then, I work on that. And for a long time, I was doing my layout and my pre-sketch. So layouts are always on paper. My hand-to-eye coordination for drawing digitally is complete crap. No can do. So, and I'm assuming your layouts are on paper too, Nia. You mentioned.
Oh, I do full digital layouts.
Oh, really? Wow.
I might do like a thumbnail on paper because that I can't do digitally because it's
Once I scan my layouts, then I will like clean it up, or if I notice in my layout I drew the head too big or something like that, it's much easier to just on the computer.
That's why I do digital layout.
Yeah, it's true, because the erasing and the fixing and the moving, or you have like a perfect hand. The hand is just good. And then you're like, oh my God, my option is erase it and start over. Or if you have it on the computer, you can just give it a little fixy fix.
Angles,
Angles, exactly. Putting in a grid, you could do that on the computer. So I do that. And then I print it out. And for many years, I was just my finals were also just in pencil, just really clean pencil. I've become a little bit lazier in my old age. Cleaning up pencils has gotten super annoying to me, like for some reason. And so it's much easier for me to just put the ink line over it as opposed to like, I used to love doing all the meticulous little teeny tiny eraser and everything. And then for shading, I'll use some Copic marker and But I do the Copic marker after I scan the line arts, and then I'll digitally color it, usually because there's alternate versions, and then I will do the shading after the fact, because it bugs me to color shaded art, like having to worry about the color holds. Does it drive you nuts? Like for me, it does
it
sometimes.
Really, it is a whole special thing to color work that's been fully grayscaled. Yeah, a lot of extra care. A lot of color holds, color holding literally every inch of it. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then if you realize you missed a spot, oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like a stain. When it prints it looks like a stain.
Exactly. And a little pitch for Niai's thing. Niai on Gumroad, for a lot of people who are like, they want to know more about the color holds, they want to know more about the digitally coloring line art, because it's like having a coloring page in a coloring book, but you're doing it digital. And there are a lot of things to it that are, that you need to know. And there's a lot of words like color holds that are used in the coloring of comic art. So if you're really more interested, when I started digitally coloring, because I entered comics as a penciler only, I bought Niai's Gumroad coloring. It's everything. It is literally everything. And then so I did that. I studied Niai's Gumroad course, and then I was like, okay, I understand maybe. And so now, like, if I'm still stuck on something, I'll go back and check it, just because I'm like, oh shit, what was that again? So thank you for doing that, Niai.
Yeah, you bet.
In our 20th anniversary cover gallery, I actually know your guys' covers. I couldn't remember Elias and Ivan's, which I felt terrible about. But Niai, yours is a Red Riding Hood cover. I don't remember what book it is, but it's Red Riding Hood. And then Dawn, yours is a Van Helsing one. I want to say it might be from the 50th issue of like the ongoing, and the only reason I remember is because it's the 50th issue, and Van Helsing is my second favorite character. Robin's my first. But
awesome.
Who is your favorite Zenescope character to draw?
Van Helsing has always been really awesome for me. Like, I got to draw her in a Unleashed #0. I think it was one of the first times they showed her.
Yeah, she was, I think Unleashed was her first.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the first people to draw her besides the cover artists. I think that was my favorite one. I think I'm over Alice used to be my favorite, but I think I'm over that. It's like 20 years later. It's like the one hit song that I'm get asked to draw a lot. But I think Van Helsing.
Van Helsing. Dawn, what about you?
I really enjoy drawing Kara's because she's just got a pretty intense goth vibe that I like. So
yeah.
She was our character of the year at the Zennies. She dethroned Robin Hood. Yes, apparently the Kara's fans have been, they thought it was rigged. They've been, they were not happy that Robin kept winning, but Kara's won this year, and we're very excited. And she actually,
nice.
Who was I talking to? I think I was talking to my dad. She will be becoming a greater part of the Grimm universe moving forward, too. So the Kara's people can have their Kara's moment. Good for them.
Oh, good.
I'm still going to be here sad about Robin, but whatever. Favorite cover. I know, Niai, you sent me some. Do you have a favorite between those three that you sent to me?
I don't know. The Mercy Dante one's been my favorite for quite a while, actually. It's
then
like
I'm
not
going to
everyone
find it
else's
for
favorite,
you.
but it's definitely one of mine. Yeah.
That'll be my first email tomorrow. I'll ask Chris.
I don't know if I might have a copy in I have like a pretty short box of like books I never wanted to let go of, and I have a comp of that somewhere, I think.
I was gonna say, I know we have to have the digital version somewhere. I
might be able to locate exactly what issue it is though for you.
Oh, that would be helpful. And then while you're doing that, Dawn, what is your favorite cover?
I have a hard time picking favorites because like I have, and it's not a like, oh, but I love every single one that I've done or anything like that, because like I know that like I start picking them apart. And so, the longer the time has been between that one, the more things I would fix. And so like I'm always wanting a chance to do a redo and fix it up and change it. But one that I'd say probably for me has like over time become one that people talk to me about a lot more. Like they'll be like, oh my God, that's the first time I saw your work, and I started following you since that cover, and it was a Red Riding Hood one that's got the wolf kind of like as a pelt. I remember Ralph gave me permission to show like the layouts and everything, because I have like an art book where I show kind of the process and stuff. And so I wouldn't know the number code or anything of the actual book, but you guys have used it in calendars and stuff. So you'll be like, oh yeah, I know which one you mean, this one.
Oh, yep. I know that one.
So like Ralph let me, gave me permission to show the layouts and the pencils and everything.
Cool.
So go me, I sent in 4 layouts. That was very, I was really trying hard there.
There you go.
That's all I have. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come on and talk to me again. I appreciate all the work you've done for us over basically 20 years at this point. I mean, Nia, I'm not gonna ding you that year and a half, whatever it is, because that's crazy to me. You've been here that long. That's more than half my life.
OG
You are
on that one.
Well, you know, Wonderland. It was Wonderland. Was when I started.
I do love
the first Wonderland.
You know, and like the Wonderland trilogy, we've been bringing to conventions a lot, like, and
right.
Noah was like, people like are still like keep buying like new readers, which I think is again crazy. I mean, I know people pick stuff up. I mean, people still read Lord of the Rings to this day, but like it's just kind of cool to see that it stood the test of time and people like new people are still interested in it. Again, thank you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your week.
I am sitting down with Elias Chatzudis. Did I say it right? Or no?
It's actually Hadjudis, the C is silent, but I guess it's fine. It's nice. So.
Well, now I'm going to say it right from now on. And Ivan Cal. Did I at least say your name right, Ivan?
Yes, thank you.
This is easy.
So we're talking today about our 20th anniversary pinup, or not pinup special, 20th anniversary cover gallery. Both Elias and Ivan have covers featured in that special book. So I appreciate you guys joining me today to start, and we'll go one at a time. But Elias, can you just tell me a little bit about your cover process and, you know, how you go about creating the beautiful artwork that you do?
Oh, thank you. When Zenescope gave me the idea about the cover, I usually do 2 or 3, sometimes 1 layout, because I'm sure that it's very nice and this is a cover. So I do 2, let's say 2, 3 layouts, draft layouts, and I put a little color so as to take an idea about the coloring, and then Zenescope decide which one is the best for them. So after that, I do a rough sketch with pencils. And after that, I put a good paper on it, and I do the correct, the final line art using pencils or inks. And then I scan it and I color it on Photoshop.
Ivan, again, also your artwork, you just did our Van Helsing Kickstarter cover. Gorgeous. I love it. I was obsessed. Can you talk to us a little bit about your process and, you know, how you go about creating your beautiful artwork as well?
Usually when I get a brief, and then I will start from digital, and I submit like 2 or 3 sketches, and then sometimes I will use pencil to do a more finished sketch, but sometimes when I was too rushed, I will just straight away go into digital and wrap it up. So something like this. Yeah, sometimes I'll been through some pencil sketches, sometimes we just straight away digital.
So do you do the lines with traditional way, with using pencil and inks?
No inks, just pencil. I'm not good with inks, not like you guys.
Yeah, sometimes I prefer pencils. It's more smooth. So half of my originals are with pencils and the other half with inks. It depends on my mood and, you know.
But what was your favorite cover if you had to pick? I know you sent me some. If you had to pick one, what was your favorite?
It's difficult to answer because it's usually the last one or some of my last. Let's say those that are with Halloween themed or fairy tales.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So like the cosplay. And then Ivan, do you have a favorite cover you've done for us recently?
Some old one like the Van Helsing negative. It's like a few years ago. Recently, yes, but the one is more iconic for me in my opinion.
My last question is, do you have a favorite character of ours to draw?
Van Helsing, because it's a very unique character with a hat and those things.
Oh yeah, her little goggles.
Yeah. Robin, because it's also a unique character with the eye.
And then Ivan, do you have a favorite character you like to draw of ours?
Actually, it's kind of the same. Van Helsing and Robin, because these two always perform the best. So kind of the same. Thank you.
What was she, like I said, that Kickstarter one, and then the Belle cover that's in the cover gallery too. Like, I really like the way you do your colors.
You use Photoshop to
Yeah,
color?
Photoshop.
Okay,
Correct.
yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you guys, taking the time to talk to me today. The fans always love to hear from the artists, so we appreciate you guys jumping on.
Thank you very much for inviting me here. It is my pleasure to speak with you. Hello to our fans and bye to our fans, and thank you for supporting Zenescope and me.
Zenescope is one of my favorite since the beginning, and thanks for having me. And I wish I can do more great covers for you guys. Always appreciate you guys.
I want to say thank you to Dawn, Elias, Nei, Ivan for taking the time to sit down and talk with us. I always love talking to the artists. I know I say this every time, so I probably sound like a broken record, but as someone who is not artistically talented, I just find it so fascinating to hear everything that they have to say. I've actually gotten to meet quite a few of them in real life, so it's nice to always connect. Me and Elias go way back. We went out to dinner when we were in Disney World together at MegaCon one year. It's always fun to talk to them. Upcoming events, we will be at Three Rivers Comic Con in Pittsburgh, the lesser of the Philadelphia cities. Go Birds! On 6/7 and 6/8. As I mentioned before, we are doing a partnership with a local brewing company where we have our own beer this year. And it is 11.8%. I know I mentioned it last week that I was really excited about it. I looked up all the information this time, and it's like a coffee maple beer. So I think it sounds delicious. If you're in the area, go check it out. We also have our Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina, 6/20 to 6/22. And that might be a special one because I think my dad and Joey are working it. So you get both Joe brushes in one weekend. Better you than me. Our upcoming virtual events, this Thursday, we have our 20th anniversary VCon from 6 p.m. until probably about 7. So you can come hang out with me, Jason, and Noah to celebrate our 20th anniversary. We'll have all of our specialty products as well as some fun 20th anniversary deals. And then our June retailer live stream released yesterday. Our next one will be July 1st. If you're not aware, our retailer live streams, we partner with a comic shop somewhere in the United States to get a tour of their building, talk to their owners or their manager, whoever wants to be on camera, and then we do a sales segment where we split 50% of the proceeds to support those brick and mortar stores. And then we also have our half Christmas VCon on 6/25, time to be determined, but we will be not celebrating Christmas in July, but celebrating halfway to Christmas because we're a holly jolly company here. As always, if you are interested in any of the products that we talked about today, you can find them on our web store at www.zenescope.com. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope to see some of you on Thursday. Have a good rest of your week. Thank you.